Hello everyone, I am Josh and welcome to this Sims 4 house building video. Now today I am building a modern house called Accent, and I called it that because it's a pretty clean house, at least the color scheme wise. It has some nice whites and it's a very simple, elegant house, and then I added some pops of color in, and hence I called it Accent. So as you can see here, I started out with the shape already and I wanted to have a curve, but it just wasn't working out because the game just kept getting rid of the curve every time I tried to draw a wall across it. So I gave up, and I ended up going with some angles instead. So this house incorporates quite a lot of angles, especially in the rear, which you'll see pretty much both walls in the back of the house are angled, which is pretty cool, so you'll see that once we get to that. So this house ends up having 4 bedrooms and 3 bathrooms, so it's definitely a decent size, and it ends up spanning over 3 floors, so it's a pretty sizable house. And as you can see here, I'm doing something interesting where that room downstairs kind of isn't all the way out to the outside walls. I'm not really sure how to describe it, but as you can see, it's kind of indented there, which I thought looked pretty cool. Now in the front we have this interesting triangular part to it, which is very reminiscent of a house I built a couple months ago called Angles, which is one of my favorite houses I've built so far. So I wanted to kind of incorporate something from that house. So it's kind of got this angled front where they kind of crisscross, which you'll see. And yeah, so in the back of the house here, you can see I'm putting quite a lot of angles in. So you got 2 angled walls in the back. And you also have this kind of rectangle, like this long rectangular strip that runs from the front of the house to the back, which you'll see especially once we get to the roof, because, I'll put some half walls in the roof that kind of accentuate that. But anyway, we have this kind of protruding part you just saw I put in there, which is kind of like a cover, not really cover, but it kind of blocks the windows, so it adds some privacy for that bedroom. Also, you may have noticed I just added in a trellis, so that's going to be the dining room where the trellis is. So the dining room really doesn't have a ceiling, it's just got a trellis with some plants over it, so it's kind of like an outdoor dining room, like an indoor-outdoor room, if that makes sense. I got inspired by a house that Mouse just recently built, so I thought that was kind of interesting. I wanted to incorporate something like that into this house, kind of having like an indoor-outdoor room. Also adding in some half walls as a nice trim, and you can see there that long rectangular strip across the top of the house, which I thought was kind of a cool detail. Now I'm putting in some stone, which I thought was a nice, warm color because I am in the desert. This is, I forget what the name of the world is. It's Oasis something, I don't know. That's kind of tragic, I forgot that already, but anyway, it's kind of built in the desert, so you have like the warm colors, even though this is built on grass, but I thought the stone kind of looked cool. Also, I'm putting in some blue siding here, like this navy blue color, which is the accent color on the outside, because otherwise the house on the outside is pretty much just like this kind of off-white color and the stone, so I added some blue to be an accent. I also put all the trim on top of the half walls to be blue, which you'll see. I'm going to do that right now. So I thought the blue was kind of a cool accent, and you can see I'm adding that in now. It definitely adds some nice color to the outside of the house. I also putting on a little roof here, so, just adds a bit more detail, just getting some trim, some metal roof. I thought it looked pretty nice. Also putting in some windows now. Now I was going to go with floor-to-ceiling windows in the living room, but I didn't do it because it blocked up all the stone, so pretty much from the outside it was just like glass. So what I ended up doing was using some slightly smaller windows, as you can see here, so you can see some of the stone on the outside. Now right above the living room where I just put the windows is the master bedroom, so you can see you get some nice doors there that lead out to a balcony, and putting in some more smaller windows there. And I'm putting some huge windows there behind that kind of piece of wall there, so that adds the privacy aspect to that bedroom, which I thought was pretty cool. I did this on a house in The Sims 3 a little while ago, so I thought it was pretty neat. Right here I wanted to incorporate a basement in, just like a little strip of basement where I could put like some plants in or something, but it didn't really work out because I couldn't figure out how to get rid of the ceiling on a basement so you could look down into it. I think I know how to do it now, but when I was doing this I had no idea, so I ended up giving up on that, and I ended up doing a little fountain, which looks pretty cool anyway, so it all works out. Right here I'm putting in some windows to the indoor-outdoor dining room area, which is pretty nice, so it feels kind of like all open. You can see all the rooms in the house from every other room in the first floor, so it feels like it's open even though there's really windows there. Here I'm adding in these stairs that lead upstairs. It's good to be able to get up to the second floor. So putting in some more large windows here again, so plenty of lighting. And now I'm starting on the floor plan upstairs. Got a bedroom there on the front. And the master bathroom is pretty much a triangle, as you can see here. It's not actually connected to the master bedroom, like it's not an ensuite. It's like right down the hall though, so I mean it's not a big deal. And then in the back of the house we have a bedroom and another bathroom. So you have like some really nice windows in that bedroom that just look out because it's on the back of the house, so I put floor-to-ceiling windows, very nice. Right here I'm putting in some plants on this trellis here, which looks really cool because when you look at the dining room, like in daytime, like midday, like the light shines through the trellis and like casts shadows from the plants on the dining table and everything. It looks really cool. And yeah, so here in the front, I just adjusted the front wall there, so the front door is now on a flat wall, which was a little bit nicer looking in my opinion. And now I'm putting in this little hedge area by the entrance. I also put a fountain in, which I'm doing right now. So I thought it looked pretty nice. You have this more interesting entrance to the house, definitely more fancy. You have this kind of rounded hedge, which I thought was really cool. So yeah, that's kind of where I incorporated the round shapes into this house because I couldn't get it to work on the actual house. And I'm about to put some fountain things in it, so it looks like a fountain, and just there they are. So it looks pretty nice. I thought it was a nice, classy entrance to the house. And I also add some palm trees on either side, though I do get rid of them later. I replace them with some smaller ones because they kind of blocked the house. And yeah, so in the backyard here, I'm putting in a nice pool. So it pretty much matches the shape of the house, got the angles in it, which I thought was pretty nice. And I'm putting a nice patio around that, and we'll furnish that near the end. And now I'm just going to put some dining tables up here in this rectangular accent on the roof. So because there's no constraint floor elevation in The Sims 4, you have to put dining tables in those half-walled sections to kind of make it look like it's like a smaller wall segment. I don't really know. It's got flooring on the top. That's kind of the idea. That was inspired by a house The Sim Supply built. He did something similar, which I thought was really neat. And right now, I was going to add a second roof, didn't do it because it just did not look good, so yeah, just kind of kept that other roof the way it was after much adjustment. And now I think we're going to start putting some more windows in, of course, yeah. And also adding this roof here, so the roof on the third floor kind of has a nice overhang to it, makes it look a little bit more substantial. And also adding in some trim around the house to make it look a bit nicer. And was going to put a chimney on, but I didn't do it. And yeah, so also adding in a bathroom for the third floor. So there is a bedroom on the third floor that has a ensuite, which is pretty nice. It's not the master bedroom, though I guess you could make it the master if you want it to. I mean, it has a pretty decent outdoor space off of it too, which you'll see when we get to it. So really, the master bedroom could be one of two bedrooms, so that's up to you really. So the floor plan on the first floor is pretty simple. You just have a small study and the kitchen, living room, and dining room, and a gigantic entranceway, which you'll see is kind of like this open area in the middle of the house where I put some sculptures. I put a piano. It looks pretty cool. And yeah, putting some windows in the kitchen. I think we're going to begin on the kitchen fairly shortly, or putting a fireplace in first. Of course, the fireplace is important. And what am I doing here? Yeah, just making sure all the rooms are actually rooms, because a lot of times when I just build a house, like where you don't build it like by room, like you build the outside first and then you put rooms in. Certain rooms like have like smaller rooms inside them. It's all weird, I don't know. And also putting in some more larger windows upstairs. And yeah, now I think we're gonna start in the kitchen. So at least the entrance area by the kitchen. Yeah, so over here you can see that here's the indoor fountain. Got some stone from the outside coming onto the inside, which I thought was a nice detail. And you got the nice fountains here. Going to put a nice large painting, or series of paintings, I guess, over those fountains. I also used a lot of these little lights in here. You can see I just put on either side of the painting. I use them all over the place in this house because I really like them, because they're from Spa Day and they kind of have this light that shines above and below, which I thought looked like a little box on the wall. I thought looked really cool. Anyway, here we're starting on the kitchen, which is pretty nice, getting the grid on so I can actually place things. And yeah, so it looks pretty good. You got this nice built-in refrigerator there, so that looks pretty cool. And pretty large kitchen, as you can see. And there is a small breakfast nook, I guess you'd call it, in the kitchen. So if you don't want to have to sit outside, because say it's raining and you don't want to go outside, in the indoor-outdoor dining room. Now, of course, there's no rain in the game, but say in real life it was raining, you could eat in the kitchen too, so, and there's also some bar stools there. So, if you need to, the kitchen definitely can work as an indoor dining area. And there's also a completely outdoor dining area by the pool, so plenty of options for dining. And you can see here that the counters are white, but the cabinets are gray, and you have this nice green accent there on the chairs. And I thought it looked pretty nice. Also putting some bookshelves there by the wall and a small side table. And the whole first floor has this kind of polished concrete as the floor, and actually all the bathrooms have that floor as well, which I thought was kind of nice, more modern. It is inspired kind of by my industrial house I did a little while ago. I thought it looked really cool, so, I love that polished concrete. I don't know why, it just looks really cool. And putting a lot of details in the kitchen, as you can see on the counters, like a little bowl of fruit and some utensils and stuff. Also getting in some lighting, and plenty of lighting, and I also put some nice black tiles on the wall here, which I'm doing right now. I don't know why, I really like those black tiles, because the black it makes a nice accent to the white countertops. And now I'm putting in some of that blue siding from outside, so I'm bringing that inside. It's a nice accent over there. And yeah, so as you can see here, this is where the house kind of got its name. You have this very pristine white kitchen. Well, it's not white, like white and gray, and then you have like the pop of green. It's the same outside. You got these green chairs, but otherwise it's a pretty neutral dining room. And so you can see here, I'm doing the outdoor dining room now. I've got one window in, and also I put these lovely bamboo plant there. I love that bamboo plant. I use it throughout the house, as you'll see. But yeah, pretty nice, simple dining room. I really love the way that you can see the lighting, like on the floor. If you saw it briefly there, from the light sifting, coming through the plants on the trellis. I think it looks really cool. And putting some more paints on the walls, and this little room here is going to be a study, so I got a nice desk in there, and your Sims can use the computer, read a book, whatever they want to do. I don't know. Got a nice study room though, and it's plenty of glass. It looks right out to the indoor-outdoor dining room, and you have these nice bookshelves with like a small shelving unit in the middle there. I thought it looked pretty nice. I also put a piano, of course, because I love pianos in The Sims, and yeah, so I do put a nice accent wall, which you'll see. I use those these kind of glass windows from Spa Day. Like they're mainly wood, but they've got these glass slits in them. So I thought it was kind of made a nice divider. Yeah, so putting in a little lamp there, and with the entranceway, I do change it up a bit. I don't think I use that rug. No, I don't. But I got this nice kind of golden lamp, and I do something really cool with this giant pot from Spa Day. I get the pot and I put some plants in it. I thought it looked pretty nice, so it gets like a little plant there, and I put some bamboo in it, and I thought that looked really nice. It made a nice centerpiece. I might do that with my Let's Build a Modern Mansion house, because I do use one of those giant pots like as a centerpiece, but there's nothing in it. So I might put something in it for that, so that would kind of add some inspiration. I also put a fish tank in, not there, but on the other side of that little wall. So when you walk into the house, the first thing you see is a fish tank. I thought that was pretty nice. And I was going to put something there in between the two rooms, but it just couldn't find anything that worked, so I gave up on it. Oh, I ended up using that rug that was in the entrance in the living room. I just noticed I moved it there. So, yeah, I do use that rug, but not in the entrance. Getting a nice painting on the wall, and I was going to put some curtains for some reason on the outside. I don't know, like on the outdoor dining room area. I don't know why, but didn't do it. And yeah, so I'm just going to finish off this office, which I didn't do before. And, getting some nice lighting and some blue chairs there from Spa Day, which I thought were quite nice. So again, it's a very white office, but you got the blue accents with the chairs and the plant pots, and the rug adds some blue in as well. So, that was kind of the idea, again, by the name of this house. So, yeah. Right now, just adding in some stuff on the shelves here, so it kind of looks like someone is living here and putting stuff on shelves as opposed to just being bare. And, some books in the bookshelves, all that kind of stuff. And yeah, so I think we're almost done here, putting a little lamp on the table, and that's pretty much that room finished. Now at the living room, again, it's a very white room, but we have the green accents, which you'll see. So getting a nice TV there, got the white couches and chairs and the kind of whitish gray rug, but you can see got those green plant pots on either side of the television, or the fireplace rather. And I also put in a little green plant pot on top of that table behind the couch, which you'll see in a moment. So kind of adding in some accent colors in, so there's a little green pot on the table, so just kind of paying attention to the small details and making it kind of look really nice and simple, but with pops of color. Also putting a chess table there with some green chairs and some little bookshelves on the walls, and pretty simple room, very large room, but you know, it's a very nice room, so you know, plenty of natural light. Got the nice fireplace, you know, very spacious and open and airy. So yeah, so pretty simple living room though. It's not cluttered or overdone. Very nice, clean, modern look. Putting in some stuff to the entrance here. Got like a little coat hook and some shoe rack there with some shoes on it. And a little side table there by the front door if you want to put your keys on it or whatever. Of course, Sims can't do that, but nevertheless. So here you can see a little look down from the second floor landing over the fountain, because I couldn't really make it all one room because the fountain was like breaking it up for some weird reason. So I ended up just like leaving it open there, which actually is kind of cool. So on the second floor you can look down over that railing and see the fountain below, which I thought was pretty nice. Again, I'm incorporating the blue siding as accent walls here, and getting in some doors. You can see the master bedroom and bathroom are not connected, but they're like right next to each other, so it's really not a big deal. Also, just kind of changing up the floor plan here so you can actually get to this third bedroom, because before you couldn't. And yeah, adding in a little bit more windows, just looking at the outside of the house. So yeah, I had a bit of trouble to figure out what I wanted to do with this other bathroom here, so I ended up making it a huge bathroom, which I guess is nice because there's two other bedrooms on this floor, so technically they'd probably share that bathroom. And it's also the only bathroom that's technically not an ensuite, even though the master bathroom isn't an ensuite, but it's technically I'm saying technically so many times, but it's really the only guest bathroom, so it's good to make it nice and large. Putting in some stuff to the hallway here, some nice plants on the other side of the doors to the master bedroom. And here on the third floor, it's going to kind of be a bonus room for like if you want to paint. There's like some art easels there, and you get a nice like punching bag if your Sims want to exercise a bit. So you'll see that when we get to the third floor. So now I'm just adding this little trellis thing over the front door, which adds a nice bit of detail. You know, it serves no purpose, but it looks cool. And I think we're going to be doing the master bedroom next, but I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, so we are going to do the master bedroom. So the master bedroom has stone walls in it, and I thought that was kind of cool, you know. Added a little bit more of a rustic look, brought the outdoors in, and I'm also putting a nice large bed here. You can see the bed kind of looks right out through the window there, which I thought was pretty nice. I'm also putting some blinds on the windows on the right and left sides, but not on the back wall, you know, so you get some privacy from the two sides, and then you can look out the window in the back. And I guess in real life you'd also be able to raise those shades up, but of course you can't in The Sims. Also using a poster from Cool Kitchen Stuff above the bed, which looks really nice. I enlarged it and it looks really cool. Also putting a nice TV there on the dresser, so if your Sims want to watch TV, they can do that in bed. I don't know, again, I'm not sure if your Sims can watch TV in bed in The Sims 4, but let's just say they can. Also putting a mirror there, and a little mat on the floor, and that's pretty much the master bedroom done. Again, very simple room. We got nice blue and black accents in there. And here's the master bathroom, which is a triangular room. So a little bit of a challenge to work with, but since it was such a large room, it wasn't too bad. So you got double sinks, a nice toilet there. I mean, of course, you should have a toilet in a bathroom. And you got a tub and shower. So actually, another fun fact about this house is all the bathrooms have a separate tub and shower. So technically, all the bathrooms are really nice. I don't usually leave so much room for bathrooms in my houses, but this house has some pretty nice bathrooms. I'm also putting some pink flowers there on either side of the tub, so it makes it a little bit more classy. And now we're going to be moving on to the other bathroom. So as you can see here, this bathroom is pretty large as well, but it is the only proper guest bathroom. So, you know, you got a nice separate sink, tub, and shower. I don't know why the sink wouldn't be separate, but whatever. Anyway, putting a nice mirror there behind the sink, and as you can see here, very nice room. It looks down over the indoor-outdoor dining room, so that's why I put those shades there. So, you know, you don't really want people looking up into the bathroom, though I guess there's a trellis there, so I don't think they really would be able to, but anyway. Also, that really nice bench there is from Spa Day. I really like that. I haven't used it yet. I didn't, so I thought that was pretty cool. Also added some pop art on the wall for some nice color in that room. Now this room here is pretty much going to be kind of like a teen boys room, so there'll be plenty of posters on the walls. Again, one of those cool kitchen posters and a bunch of other ones, so you know, kind of looks nice and lived in. Again, the accent color for this room is pretty much the blue bedspread, although there's some nice color from those posters on the wall. And also there's some nice dressers there and a desk, so you know, They can use the computer there. Also, I'll put some shelves over the desk. There we go. So a lot of black furniture in this room as opposed to the white furniture downstairs, you know. So not all the rooms have the same color furniture. It's nice to mix it up a bit. Putting in a bunch of details here on the shelving unit, which I thought were nice to have. A black rug and a little chair there in the corner. And a little bit of bamboo, of course. Now, one issue I had was putting some window coverings on these windows because diagonal windows don't like to cooperate with window coverings. So what I ended up doing is using these kind of curtains and stacking them up because they weren't tall enough. So, you know, you'd imagine you could pull those curtains shut because, of course, there's no way you could sleep in that room without curtains because those huge windows would just let all the light in the morning. So, you know, made it look a bit more realistic. I'm putting a little rug outside and some more lighting. And now we're moving on to the other bedroom on the second floor, which is pretty much, I guess you could call it a teen girl's room. I guess it doesn't have to be a teen, but any person who likes pink could sleep in this room. So it's not like overly pink, like the other room wasn't overly blue. It's pretty subtle, you know. It got an accent of pink in it, but it's mainly like this white and black look, which I thought was pretty classy. So there you have the dresser with a mirror, and by doing the same thing with the curtains in this room. Because, again, you have the same problem with the windows being super tall. And putting in a little plant there in the corner. And what else do I put in this room? I think I put a couch in it so you can sit down, of course. Some little details here on top of the dresser. And some clothes, some dirty clothes, like the other room. And there's the little love seat. And a little lamp next to it. And that's pretty much that bedroom done, I think. I do double up the rugs, though, for a little bit more detail. And yeah, I also add a side table in here into the landing, which I thought was nice to have, you know, adds a bit more detail. And now we're moving on to the third floor. So I had a little art easel out there on that rooftop, so if your Sims want to go out there, they can paint the landscape, which is probably pretty nice. It's probably even better if I don't jumble my words. And so this room here on the landing is kind of like an art studio slash just bonus room. So you got like an art easel and some canvases, a little punching bag, and also some seating. So, you know, it's kind of like a multi-purpose room. If you download the house, you can pretty much make it whatever you want. It's just a nice extra room to have. This bedroom here could be the master, even though it doesn't have to be. Again, you have a nice outdoor space, which you'll see I'll put out, and a nice view out of the pool. And it also has an ensuite bathroom. It's the only bedroom in the house to have an ensuite bathroom. You got a nice dresser there. And again, the accent color in this room is pretty much the blue on the bedspread, so, you know, and the little plant pot there is also a matching color. And putting in some curtains here. These windows weren't too tall for the curtains, because this third floor is only a lower wall height, like the lowest wall height, while the first and second floors have the medium wall height. And here we're doing the ensuite bathroom, which has a nice sink there, and again, a separate tub and shower, of course. So there's your little sink, and there's the toilet, there's the separate tub, and there's a separate shower. So pretty nice bathroom again. We also got a nice view down to the pool. Of course, some curtains if you want to close those up. And yeah, pretty simple bathroom. Again, pretty much goes in with the style of all the other bathrooms. Putting in some details like some towels, and also adding towels to all the other bathrooms. And yeah, so that's pretty much the interior finished. Now we're moving on to the outside. There's some plant pots there. If your Sims want to plant some gardening stuff, if the Sims want to garden, they can do that. And also a nice little sitting area here off of that upstairs bedroom. And yeah, so right now I'm just going to add some details of the pool with some lighting. And you got a nice little ladder there. And also do this nice kind of thing with these lights from Spa Day in the bottom of the pool. I thought it was kind of cool. And also add these kind of wall decorations from Perfect Patio stuff on that wall there to make it look a bit more interesting. And add a little fountain out the back, and I also put a little sitting area here, as you can see, so your Sims can sit outside, of course. Also a grill, and I'm going to put a little outdoor dining area, as you can see here with the blue umbrella. Again, the blue furniture matching the blue on the house. And putting some more palm trees around the place, also adding some smaller palm trees in the front. And the landscaping on this house is pretty simple. It's not hugely over the top, you know, I mean, it's not, it's not like all super lush, but it's pretty nice and simple. Again, goes in with the style of the house, you know, it's very elegant. I got some nice bushes around the place, nice, like some of those nice fern plants or palm leaf plants, whatever they're called. And also putting some little flowers there around the grill and that fountain. You know, get very nice landscaping. Also some bushes, you know. I kind of act like it's a little mini wall there, which I thought was pretty cool. And yeah, so just gonna start working on some final details. One thing I really loved was scaling up some rocks to make like a feature in the front yard there, so kind of have those large rocks in the front, which I thought were pretty cool. I do that around the place. I scallop rocks. I really like that. I haven't done that before, so I thought that was pretty nice. Also, add some flowers on the other side of the front door. And adding in some terrain paint, of course, as I always do. A little bit of dirt terrain paint to make it look realistic, like there's actually dirt under the plants. They're not just growing right out of the grass, which I guess, they could grow out of the grass, but it just looks nicer with the dirt. And yeah, so pretty much we're finishing up the house here. Not completely done, but we will be done soon. I hope you've been enjoying this video. There will be some screenshots after this part of the video that you can look at. And if you enjoyed this video, you can check out some of my other house builds on my channel, because I make loads more like this one. And just going to touch up some more of the terrain paint here, putting a bit of sand in it, because, it is in the desert, so maybe it would be a little bit of sand mixed in with the grass. Who knows? Putting in some more outdoor lighting, so, it's nice and bright outside. It looks nice and finished off. And I'll also add some more outdoor furniture off the master bedroom balcony, which you'll see in a moment. Putting some lighting by the pool, and there's the furniture out by the master bedroom. And adding in another chimney to the, or actually adding in a chimney to the roof. And yeah, anyway, adding in the final touches. I hope you enjoyed. And I'm going to add a plant here. And yeah, see you next time.